The Force carried him closer to his master, as if walking on clouds of air. The room was beyond quiet. The bottles of liquor that were once on the table were now on the floor. It's a good thing they were devoured, as not even a single drop was spilt, only broken glass from the fall. The room was darker than pitch black. The events to lead would shape the entire galaxy from this moment on, as the apprentice inched closer and closer with every single sway of his hooded cloak. His large pale hands extending from the innards of his draping robe, his veiny fingers beginning to stiffen and form the shape of claws as a black cat would on a cold Hallows Eve night. The room began to static with a blue light as sparks flew from the fingers of
My lord, Master Vader has requested your arrival on Deck 22B. The cloning process of Project Y is near completion.
You have interrupted my meditation, General. My lord.
Silence.
I have left the base. Something has been calling me for far too long.
I have gone to retrieve it. Forward all command to Lord Vader until my return. Yes, my lord.
The Emperor turned off communications with his powerful apprentice, drowning himself out to the silence of the galaxy. As he sat in his large pilot's chair, he extended his long pale finger from the innards of his draping robe to set coordinates for a place he had not been in many years. The place where it all began, and where it all ended. Coruscant. The low hum of his craft gliding through space like a flat sheet of metal on dry ice, he found himself meditating on the dark side of the Force. He could feel his every fiber melting as if he were made of liquid dust, turning into the Force full of hatred and evil. He felt the waves surge through him like a heartbeat of black rage, so uncalm that he became calm in the midst of his meditation. The meditation of a Sith Lord was the exact opposite of a Jedi Master's, where one is unified with the Force, immovable and connected to the universe through the mind and body. A Sith's energy and thoughts are chaotic and unpredictable, which is one of the major attributes that make them such dangerous opponents. You never know what their next move will be, which is something the Jedi are so used to anticipating. As Sidious opened his eyes, he was staring at the immense life-filled planet of Coruscant, setting destination for the flat rooftop connecting to his old office. As the ship descended, he viewed the night of the city's lights with a smirk on his face, remembering the empire he built and how long it took to manifest to his will. It did not matter how long it took or how difficult his perceptions were to pull off. What mattered was that it was possible, and he did indeed change the Empire to his vision. The gate of the ship opened with a silent mechanical motion, landing softly on the platform with little effort, his cloak following behind him like a dark shadow. Darth Sidious saw his balcony from above where he landed. Using the dark side of the Force, he jumped 60 feet down onto it, making a noise equivalent to that of a mouse landing on a block of styrofoam.
All shadow troopers in my location report to me immediately,
as he voiced into his handheld intercom, making sure no one would interrupt his plan. He melted the locked door handle, connecting to his office window using a minuscule but powerful flint of Force lightning, immediately setting the door open to his will. A dark chill fell over him as if it were raining and an industrial fan was blowing over both his shoulders. He remembered the last time he was there. He had allowed Mace Windu to disfigure and scar his face in order to push Anakin to stop the arrest by slicing off the hand of his old mentor, allowing Sidious to unleash the full power of the dark side of the Force onto him and ultimately sending him to his doom to the city's depths miles below.
You called for us, sir.
Still in a daze about the past, the Emperor ignored the backup he had summoned as he searched the office like a spider looking for a fly to eat. He walked into the back room behind a concealed door that looked like a wall. Pushing on the one area in the top right corner, it opened with a creak, revealing a small cube-like room filled with large plants and big pots, identical to the pots of plants he had on either side of his old office table when he was still running in the Senate. He went to the one right in front of him, the first one out of maybe 20 pots. Raising one finger, he sent a bolt of lightning through the plant, turning it into dry leaves and a thin stem. Plant laid on the floor amidst many pieces of shattered porcelain and dirt. The rubble began to shake, and unearthed flew the sinister lightsaber unique to only the most powerful Dark Lord of the Sith, Darth Sidious, with an ominous and echoing laugh. He held his duplicated lightsaber in his right hand. Surging with power and regained confidence, he ignited it. Like a child, never forgetting how to ride a bicycle, he turned fast on his heel as the ends of his cape snaked around his left leg. He threw the lightsaber at the 15 shadow troopers in the room, all standing guard for the Emperor, sending force lightning through the saber as it twirled with a loud hum, slicing, severing, and impaling every trooper in its path, all the while leaving them electrocuted. As he walked to the middle of the main room, catching his lightsaber back in his hands like a returning boomerang, he laughed at the cascade of limbs and melting armor on the floor, the solderizing of his lightsaber leaving little to no blood on the floor and walls. Sheathing his weapon in the large right-hand sleeve of his robe, he lifted all the unevenly severed limbs and torsos from the ground. Using his dark powers, he threw them at the window, breaking it just like him and Master Windu had done all those years ago, sending them to the same place Mace fell, to the streets below. Without a single care, numb and amused, he used the dark side of the Force to jump up to his ship, entering it and shutting the door. He walked up to the center console, closing his eyes as if trying to see a blurred dream from a past life. He opened his mouth to speak to the computer's navigation system, only his pale mouth, chin and nose visible from the side of the large Sith hood. He spoke.
Set coordinates. Dagobah system.
That marks the first part of this fanfiction episode. We all know where Sidious plans to go next, but how did he get this information, and will he find out who he's truly looking for? If you want to find out, and this gets over 1,000 likes, I will continue the story for part 2, and I assure you, it will be beyond epic. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you all got to escape from your day, just maybe a little bit, and have some fun with me on this adventure together. I wish you all a really great day or night wherever you are watching this, and as always, my friends,
The Force will be with you. Always.